students. Today we are going to read Grapes to Raisins by Inez Snyder. This is a nonfiction book. It will teach us true information. Here's our table of contents. If I wanted to learn about raisins, I would go to page 4. If I wanted to learn about paper trays, what page would I go to? You're right, 8. And if I wanted to learn about washing the raisins, I would go to page 18. If I wanted to learn all the new words that I would need to understand in order to know everything about grapes or raisins, I would need to visit page 22. That's where my glossary is. Let's go to page 22 and find out what some of those special words would be. Machine, something that is made to do work or to help make other things. Raisins, sweet fruits that come from grapes that have been dried. Ripe, that means that it's ready to be picked or harvested or eaten. Stems, the parts of the plants that the leaves, flowers, and fruits are attached to. Trays, a tray is a flat container used to carry or hold things. Vines, plants with long stems that grow along the ground. So the words that will maybe be bold throughout the book if we read them would be machine, raisins, ripe, stems, trays, and vines. Let's read and find out what we can learn about grapes and raisins. These are raisins. Raisins are made from grapes. You're right, raisins was one of our special words, and it is bold. See how each of the letters in that word are thicker than the letters in the other words. Look at that S. It's a lot thicker than that S. This I is a lot thicker than that I. That's bold text. That's to help us know that that's one of our special words. These are raisins. Raisins are made from grapes. And the photograph is of raisins. How does the photograph help us understand the text? Yes, if we'd never eaten a raisin, if we'd never seen a raisin, that photograph would help us know what they look like. It goes with the text. Grapes grow on vines. People pick the grapes when they are ripe. This is the vine. After the grapes are picked, they are put on paper trays in the sun. The sun begins to dry the grapes. Next, the trays of grapes are rolled up. The grapes must dry like this for a few days. This photograph helps us know what it looks like when they roll up the trays. Now the grapes are raisins. So after a few days they unrolled the tray and all the grapes had dried out. They became raisins. The raisins are put into a machine. The machine takes the stems off of the raisins. Next, the raisins are checked by another machine. The bad raisins are taken out. Now the raisins are washed. Then they are packed into boxes and sent to stores. Raisins are used in many foods. What was the topic for this book? You're right, this is a how-to book. It's how to make raisins out of grapes. What did they do first? Let's look at the photographs and see if that will help you. Let's tell it across our fingers. First, they pick the grapes. Next, they put them on paper trays in the sun for a few days. Then, they put them in the machine to take off the stems. That's that machine. Last, they're washed and put into boxes to go to the store. And finally, we can eat them. We can eat them by themselves or inside of other foods, breads and muffins, cookies. Thank you for reading Grapes to Raisins with me.